Welcome everybody back here to your Esports World Championships coverage. That's actually not exactly what it actually stands for. The ESWC is what we're actually commentating. It's myself, Tobi, I've been here with you all day, and we actually now round off our last match of the day with Moscow 5 going up against EHOME. Once again, we are going to stick with EHOME to see if they can come through this. Also, recently we've actually had our group stage is actually updated, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. The first thing we must do, because we've had a change out. That's right, substitution for casting team. Slash is actually going to take the place of Synderen. So Slash, man, good afternoon. I know you've been watching all day.
Not all day, but I followed the last game at least. I woke up pretty late, so I was probably missing out on a lot of things. But, well, here I am. Apparently Syn's pretty busy, so I will be, as you said, substituting.
It's all about having your expertise, man. Especially considering, as I referred to you as an expert in all things stratical, stratical? Okay, that's not a word. As well as Chinese. Stratical is our word, man. Stratical is our word.
Stratical, okay, fair enough. You've already introduced quite a lot of words into the English dictionary there. But what was it? Shuki and whatnot, and different kind of names. But
we're unique here at Join Dota. I'm gonna go.
I know we are. Right. Okay, so I'm already seeing that we are in the game and even already beginning our drafting stage. I hope that was fixed with the last patch, the CM mode, because we had a little bit of an issue there where we always had to remake after the picks in AP, because Blue would lag out, but apparently that's not a problem now.
Also, just guys, give me a second. Your volume is probably going to increase greatly as I'm about to click a couple of buttons to bring you back up to the level you're actually used to. My apologies for that.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Yeah, well, either way.
I apologize to the listeners. You're like, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. On behalf of the listeners, I will accept your apology.
Yeah. All right. I think we should probably do the thing that we do best, which is
commentate
and discussing what's actually happening.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's outrageously crazy. Yeah, we should.
I had apparently it's a sort of a day of upsets. I gotta talk a little bit about it, because when I woke up this morning, the first thing I saw was EHOME losing to SGC. So I had that what the fuck look on my face, and basically just asked Tobi what was going on. And apparently they had really weird laning. We could also substitute weird for bad. Apparently it was.
It's unusual. It's unusual. Some of the stuff is just
Earthshaker with a hard carry against a killer Trident, apparently, which is really stupid, and a duo against a Weaver that was playing defensively anyway. So that didn't make much sense to me. But yeah. So and the day got a whole lot worse when I saw that in football, Manchester United got thrashed in their own stadium by City, 1-6. And then I saw EHOME lost to Monkey. Then I saw that Tyloo beat IGY, because they suddenly had the manager GK, KSS, as well as NEO playing for them. So they beat IGY, and Nirvana Scene is currently leading against DK with 1-0. So basically, so many games that have been upset in the world of Dota as well as in the world of football was really weird. But anyway, I hope EHOME can make a last stand in this, because if they want to stay in this competition and advance in the group stage, they need to win this match.
Yeah, they need a little bit of luck when it comes to this match. At this point, Monkey Business is flawless throughout their competition. They will now advance, depending on what actually happens with their last game. I think their last game is actually a default win. Now, they play against SGC. They're playing against SGC right now, and that's basically second and third place.
Okay, so that means that Monkey has defeated M5 already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monkey took out M5 in our last game.
Right. We've been discussing it before the tournament started in the group stages, and we both came to the conclusion that Group 1 was sort of the killer group, because we had so many strong teams in them while it looked like Dota 2 was sort of a walk for the park for the two top-seeded teams, Orange and Na'Vi. But on the other hand, that is no excuse at all. Apparently, all the hopes of our Chinese fan has been relying on EHOME, and they've been disappointing throughout the whole tournament, while the stream just turned black for me.
Hopefully it doesn't keep on happening. Sometimes we actually have some issues with the stream, and actually just did the same on my end too. So hopefully it doesn't keep actually happening. We're having issues with the join.com website. It's crashed as well. We are trying to get that one back up again. But for this point, the stream is going to crash on us and then come back up again as well. We are trying to work on the netline to try and fix that. But yeah, my apologies for the moment. For people on the VODs, they will be uploaded tonight and they will be flawless for you. But as far as the live stream goes, yeah, we've had a couple of hiccups today, but tomorrow we will be on a different netline, which should work perfectly fine. I say should.
Yeah, we could also see it as a very positive thing that so many people are interested in the Dota 2 tournament that is now going on.
Yeah, that you managed to actually crash our website. Thanks, guys. Love you. Love you. Love. Ruff. Let's have a check of our game. That's something which we should actually have a look at. For the first time, we actually see Spectra getting out of the ban pool and into the picks. So Chen and Lich being the bans from the rain to actually start off with Prophet and Weaver. Weaver, a hero who has only been picked up once in this entire competition, has now actually found his way into the ban pool for the first time in all the broadcasts we've been doing. He has not been banned so far. As far as my memory actually goes. As far as picks go, Radiant picking up Anti-Mage, Night Stalker, and Mirana. Anti-Mage being known as the most overpowered carry hero in the game right now. Night Stalker being known as the most overpowered ganking hero in the game right now. And then, of course, Mirana, who is, well, basically just as famous as the cat she rides on. If you don't know the cat's name, find out the cat's name. It has a name. Dire team, they're picking up Windrunner, Beastmaster, and Spectra. So Spectra here, as I said, into the ban pool so many times because she is just such a great late game carry. And going up against Anti-Mage, they'll be happy with that Spectra as well. Windrunner and Beastmaster, interested to see how they should go on their lanes. If we actually see Night Stalker go up against Beastmaster in the middle lane, or if we see Windrunner once again being thrown into that middle lane by Moscow 5.
I believe they will try to at least put Beastmaster on the same lane as Night Stalker because he is a fairly good counter to him in the mid lane because he will have the advantages in terms of rune control through his Hawk. So that's going to be better for them. I currently, EHOME, well, they have been sort of... I've followed a few of their games. I've been not casting, but I've been actually observing their scrims against the other teams. And currently they're playing completely different to what to how they have been doing in the scrims, really, because they just look incredibly disorganized. And even their drafting phase looks disorganized to me. Anti-Mage is a hard carry. Night Stalker is a hardcore ganker, and Mirana is a sort of side answer that can turn into a full carry later on if you wanted to. Currently, it rather looks like that EHOME is trying to pick the heroes that they are afraid of and then trying to use them themselves. But this just does not work out at all. And the other side, they have a little bit sort of... I wouldn't necessarily already classify as a better lineup, but it just looks better on paper at the moment because Spectre is a solid hard carry that is able to join the fight at any given time and able to out-carry an Anti-Mage. Beastmaster is a terrific counter to NS on solo mid, so very good in that respect. Great map control there. And Windrunner just another sideline solo who can also work pretty well against an Anti-Mage because the biggest difficulty in killing an Anti-Mage is keeping him chain stunned. And Windrunner just does it perfectly there with her shackle shot, if she lands it correctly, as well as on Mirana, that is basically the same. So...
Yeah. And if Anti-Mage ever tries to blink out, Spectre can always just ulti into wherever he blinks to and just slow him down even more with the dagger.
Exactly.
Life becomes a lot easier. Wish Time actually coming up once again for EHOME. It's not the first time they've actually done this, but... Yeah, coming up that lineup. I also just want to point out, too, because they've actually updated. I don't think people actually kind of realize the importance of this match right now. EHOME are actually not out of the competition. Moscow 5 and Monkey currently hold the top spots. EHOME and SGC are actually tied. For they're tied on 3rd and 4th place. If Moscow 5 lose this match, EHOME go to the same points as Moscow 5. If SGC win their match, Then we actually end up with Monkey will still actually go through no matter what happens. Monkey will go through, but we'll end up with a 3-way tie on second place if that actually happens.
Right.
So
The thing
this
is,
is a massive
basically,
game for them to win.
If EHOME want to advance into the semi-finals, that is, they will have to. First of all, they need to do the homework in beating M5. Second, if they want to have an undisputed, well, basically, without the draw of points, they rely on Monkey also beating SGC.
Yep.
So if Monkey beat SGC and EHOME beat M5,
we're going to have another rematch of this exact game which is going on to actually decide who goes through then. Yeah.
So that is really, I don't know how to say it, but it currently looks kind of weird. But nobody expected EHOME to lose to SGC, to be fair.
Oh, no, nobody did. I guess SGC are a massive dark horse, and they've taken 2 games out of this. One was a default win, and one was up against EHOME. SGC and Virus all were having horrendous times being put into this group. It is the group of death. Na'Vi and Orange are going to be pretty happy about their group, but we could also expect a lot from 4GL, the Gamers League, the boys from Kazakhstan, next KZ, and possibly also BX3 might see something amazing out of those guys as well. Obviously, everyone will know the news that Blast Gaming is actually out. And Lena is actually the last pick off the die. So our final line will be Anti-Mage, Night Stalker, Mirana, Witch Doctor, and Venomancer for EHOME. And for the Dire, we'll have Beastmaster, Windrunner, Spectra, as well as Lena to actually cap off their remaining lineup.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I've never seen X playing Mirana before. That's interesting. Apparently, it looks like. Well, what is that supposed to be meaning? Apparently, Vigos is going to be on the Windrunner. We've seen Vigos utilizing Windrunner to great effect already. QQQ is 357. I don't know if you've realized it till now.
We're actually trying to debate who it actually all was. So 357, that answers a crap load of questions.
Yeah, okay. QQQ is 357. X is obviously X, or Die, as Peruvian people know him. Lamb, PLT, is NUZ on Anti-Mage this game.
You might want to hold onto your skirt for just a moment. Dread might actually get caught out. Arrow will fly. They're very, very chaining closely, and the arrow actually misses completely. They needed that hit on Dread. They will, however, get the bouncing cast, but not before PGG throws out the axes. Dread is still alive, but Anti-Mage is slicing him behind. Wish Doctor's going to go down first. Yes, Wish Doctor dies. Then Lena follows. Venomancer's in trouble, trying to retreat, but out. PGG still on the run for him, but Anti-Mage and Night Stalker are in there. Night Stalker gets himself a double kill, so even though they don't get the first blood, they get 2, but they do lose the Night Stalker at the same time. Anti-Mage still trying to fight it up. He's ripping on Spectre. The Venomous Scale's going to be enough to help him get the last hit. He does as well, but Windrunner gets the kill. We're already at 6. The Shackle shot holds Mirana in place. He tries to lob an arrow. Anti-Mage try to blink away as well, and he is actually ripping here on the Windrunner. Windrunner pops off her own Windrunner ability, trying to bring down the Anti-Mage. Dread's coming in to help out, and in 20 seconds into the game, already 8 kills. For a day which has been basically full of no kills whatsoever freaking ever, we get 8 in the first 20 seconds.
It's not common that you see a 5-on-5 fight that early into the game. Basically, I was already losing track of who got which kills. I just saw that Vigos Windrunner managed to pick up a triple kill.
Yeah, triple kill on the Windrunner. You get 1 for Spectra. We've got 2 for Night Stalker, 1 for Venomancer, and 1 for Anti-Mage.
It does not look too bad, though. I mean, Vigos obviously Windrunner got 3 kills, but on the other hand, Anti-Mage got a kill and did not die. He participated in all the other ones. He's got 3 assists and 1 kill. Night Stalker got himself a double kill, which is also very good. So he's already got boots now. So we will have a little bit of a look into our laning phase, and looks like Anti-Mage is going to be supported by Witch Doctor on the bottom lane against Vigos Windrunner. If we look at the mid lane, it's a Night Stalker going up against a... yeah, that's actually a Beastmaster played by PGG, supported by NS's CM. On the other hand, we also have PCT's Venomancer in the vicinity. And on top lane, it is a solo X Mirana against Spectre and Lena. Okay, that's interesting.
I actually kind of like that for X. Like, X is going to get a couple of good levels up there. And for me, like, Lena's good for harassment, but to actually land that stun, which is what's going to have X fear a little bit more, that's a lot harder for any Lena to land that stun every single time is very, very difficult.
The thing is, basically for M5, they can't kill X unless somebody is coming in, because Spectre and Alina are never going to be enough to kill him off. Well, on the bottom lane, they had better chances, basically, of gaining a kill on Vigor's Windrunner. If Anti-Mage just goes aggressively and burns mana before she can use her Windrunner ability.
Bottom lane could be actually a little bit interesting. I think PCT wanted to go down there to actually help kill off Vigos, who was actually cast with Maledict at that point. We've actually got a level 1 Maledict up on the Witch Doctor on the bottom lane. Haven't seen an aggressive Maledict Witch Doctor for a while.
By PGT's Quill Beast. And so it is both 1 melee, 1 range in the mid lane. Really depending on at what time they are going to
Dread! X! He's got the damage! Landed an arrow on the leader. G threw down the dagger, but it's not going to help out. Ace gets himself an easy kill. I say an easy kill. He set it up pretty nicely by the looks of it. But does actually get himself a kill up there on the top lane.
That is terrific. That's terrific. I mean, this is in a 1-on-2 situations, you basically never see this in competitive play happening. You should not be able to gain a kill, but X proving once again why he could be regarded as the #1 solo in the world. Because he's been, even his teammates have not been performing that well in the other games. X's performance has been top-notch in every single game so far.
Yeah, one thing which we did actually miss watching was watching Crystal Maiden die in the middle lane. Venomous Gale, it almost hit on there on the Beastmaster, just short by PCT. And that could have actually got Night Stalker another kill, considering his Void was back up again. It's at level 2. But Night Stalker able to get not only those kills beforehand, like he did actually die during that big fight, the big 5v5 fight. But he just got he got a double kill on that first one, and then picks up the Crystal Maiden as well. Really going to set him up nicely for the first time we hit the nighttime. However, he's getting axed as well as coned up. Venomancer's support is a long, long way away. Venomancer might actually find Beastmaster's Crow right now, and he will pick up the regen rune, as well as killing off the Crow.
Regeneration.
Yeah, that's a very good play. Oh, it's called the Scout Hawk. And actually being really lucky there that he picked up the regen after Vigor's power shot hit him. So he was able to regen the whole damage. Vigor's was basically counting on him picking the regen rune up and then disrupting the regen with his power shot, but he fired too early.
Power shot, one of those fun things that can make or break when games actually start playing. If with a shackle can hit from Vigos, then you chain it up with a power shot, and Anti-Mage will lose majority of his life in just that couple of short seconds. Anti-Mage, however, wants to initiate on Vigos, so forces him to actually pop off that wind run. Vigos not wanting to fall back too far, but Witch Doctor will make him do so. And so you actually know too, Witch Doctor's actually only still in level 2. He's actually level 2, while Anti-Mage is running around at level 6, so really a lot of XP being given to Nuz. Nuz on the bottom lane. It's actually it's the 2 new players for EHOME on the bottom lane, isn't it? That dual lane.
No, that's not the NUZ is PLT or LAM. So, well, it's not a I wouldn't call him a veteran player either, but he is sort of he was part of the winning team of actually not the win team. Where they play second at the international, and he's one of the most promising players at the moment. He used to be playing the solo in his old team, which was DK, but he now turned to hard carry because nobody else wanted to play it. They want Axe to be the guy directing the rhythm during the game, and Uzi taking on the carry role. QQQ is also used to be a hard support player. He used to be playing position 5, but now has been in the recent games because the 2 new acquisitions are both playing support, so QQQ is forced to play at least position 3. It's nighttime now at the moment though, so Night Stalker immediately not wasting any time and going for the gank. Finding a haste rune on the top rune. And currently thinking, he will pick it up himself.
Yeah, best thing for him to do. During the night time, he can pop that haste rune off at any point, so if there's a chance to actually dive back past that tower and kill off PGG, he's definitely actually going to go for it. PC2 will be there in support as well. Obviously a little bit faster arrow, just flying in there from Mirana. I think X just came down to help out with the kill to see if he can actually help with the initiation, but it's not possible in the end. PGG is still just sitting there on the edge of the tower. He does not want to get close. We've seen this so many times, and this is actually the second time we've seen EHOME play with Night Stalker. And during the first period of night, we saw basically the first minute of it, he did nothing but farm. And at this point, Night Stalker hasn't even actually left. He hasn't actually even gone into a lane just yet during the nighttime. He is just looking for kills. He wants to initiate. He wants to shut Moscow 5 down.
It's basically the same. Whenever you run a Night Stalker, you want that first successful gang during the nighttime. But Moscow 5, they're all kind of ungankable there.
PGG is just sitting back next to the tower.
They're keeping tabs with Ward. They're keeping tabs on Night Stalker. They know exactly where he's going to be.
Actually, just checking out what wards we've actually got, because at the moment there's one ward watching that top lane, so they were watching him the entire time. Crystal Maiden now wants to come in towards the middle lane and then get sized. They might decide to actually go. This haste rune will pop. The frost does go off, and then Night Stalker, yes, he will die. The Gale hits! The Gale hits! That will be enough for him to actually deal off the remainder of the damage. The Boar is trying to actually show down the retreating PCT, but in the end it wasn't actually enough to actually slow him down with the Night Stalker there. They didn't want to feed the Boar to him as well. But he gets the Crystal Maiden there in the mid.
So, one successful game. I mean, this is a support hero, but still you take what you get. So, even if it's not the one you want, it's still great for your economy and keeping Crystal Maiden shut down so that she does not buy that many wards. I mean, it's still a good thing. It's not optimal, but it's still good.
Night Stalker now rotating up towards the top lane. So Dread actually with the creep pull means the creep wave for the Raiders actually going to come up. He has a look around. He sees G. And in the end just decides to actually munch on a couple of creeps. And we do actually see support coming in. The arrow is going to hit. It hits on G and not on Beastmaster. Beastmaster not level 6 though. So there's no very, very critical roar to actually pop off at this point of the game. And Night Stalker just runs out, forcing the TP out. Actually giving Venomancer time to level up as well. He's actually had free farm up there in the middle lane. He's actually almost bought himself enough money for a hood. It's
currently looking... That was a good move there, because they bound 4 heroes who were on the top lane there. Crystal Maiden, Spectre farming, definitely. Lina supporting her and doing so, and Beastmaster trying to counter gank. But since they were not going, they forced all the TPs and wasted a lot of time of M5's heroes. So that actually worked in favor of EHOME. And as you already mentioned, yeah, Venomancer gaining a little bit of XP, because otherwise he would just be supporting all the whole time.
I'm actually thinking a little bit more towards the lines of, do we actually see a fast pipe? What do we actually see coming out from the Venomancer? Does he actually try and go Agonist? I'm guessing by the Ring of Regen. Like, it doesn't really tell you much because it's a pretty cheap item. He might just want a little bit of life. Well, hello, Vigos. I think Vigos walked past a ward. And he does actually get slowed up there by one of the Veno wards. That's not enough slow to actually hold him in place for PCT to get closer. However, Night Stalker doesn't care. He just runs straight down the ramp and then decides, you know what, probably not the best idea walking up a river. Water is a dangerous thing.
Running up there is with running in blind, no vision.
I'm really worried right now that EHOME are going to get massively overconfident. They're 3 kills up. This is the best position they've been at any point, I think, of this competition, or at least for the matches of the ones we've cast of them. And you just look at it, just going, don't get overconfident, don't overextend, and it's easy to do when you have a Night Stalker.
It is easy to do. We've also seen Monkey actually making the same mistake during the one suicidal dive on the tier 2 tower of the Scourge.
Well, Mirana's in trouble. Actually, Mirana actually managed to pick up Lina's life during that. G's got the dagger on him, and Mirana's leap is currently on cooldown 24 seconds. The slow will wear off in just a moment, and X actually turns around to go back towards the tower, running back into the Spectral dagger, which slows it down even more. Might live for close range arrow, but no, she won't. The dagger, the damage from G will actually end up doing it. Meanwhile, back up at the top room, Vigos already being nailed up here by Night Stalker. He's actually on a killing spree already. He's about to get another one. They're just trying to slow NS down. He gets himself a double kill on the back of... Say his name, man. Say his name, Night Stalker.
You mean NS?
Yeah, Night Stalker. And I'm going 357, isn't it?
No, I mean the player NS.
Oh.
You said on the back of, oh yeah, never mind, QQQ357. Oh, sorry, I completely misunderstood.
Thank you. All right, awesome.
NS was correct in both cases, so I'm not worried about that.
All right, now we've got G actually getting harassed up pretty much here by Night Stalker. He's already down at half of his HP.
So he does deal more damage than G.
Yeah. So G is forced back, and kills going the way of the Night Stalker. He's actually 6-for-1 now.
The good thing, he picked up 2 kills in a very early team fight there. 5-on-5 fight before even the creep spawned. And now picking up 4 kills again. So he's on a dominating spree at the moment. X managing to claim Luna's life, but died himself for that. So that was not necessarily the best idea of sorts, because Spectre getting a very important kill on the solo.
Oh, Anti-Mage actually diving on Vigos. Vigos taking so much damage right now. Also on the top lane, looks like Lina once again picks off, actually gets a revenge kill. Gets a kill on Night Stalker. So
That's a very important kill there. That's very, very important.
Surprisingly, Mage actually picked that one off. That's why I was thinking, well, Night Stalker, he's not going to die. I actually want to watch Anti-Mage on the bottom lane. But yeah, it's a weird position for 3 heroes to come up there and actually get the kill on Night Stalker, even during the night.
Anti-Mage does play it aggressively. We see a very, very uncommon skill build there from NUZ's Anti-Mage. He's going for maxing his passive orb, which is a mana break. So we know normally you would see even Chinese players, they just go for a max spell shield and then max blink and leave mana break at level 1. But NUZ, he does not like to have just. He's a very aggressive player himself. He saw playing his Doombringer last time. Even when he's playing hard carry, so he's got only level 1 blink because he's not being ganked at all.
Yeah, it's fair enough he does that too. Like, you only need to level up like your escape mechanism when you actually need it. At this point, Anti-Mage is coming left uncontested. Like, we do see Spectre trying to get some farm up on there on the top lane, but X been having a good game up there too, and Night Stalker basically puts fear into most of the other lanes, and we haven't really seen Crystal Maiden or Lina, or at least not a hell of a lot. Like, we've got a level 5 CM and level 6 Lina not being really involved in a lot of ganks. Anti-Mage being left alone. Mirana, we've seen her actually getting ganked off, but generally most of the times we've seen the EHOME actually die is when they're actually the ones on the initiate.
Yeah, and they really want to initiate, but currently it's daytime, so Night Stalker is not that powerful anymore.
He does still have his ultimate in case he has to pop that off. Beastmaster Roar! They're going to go on the bottom lane. Anti-Mage taking a lot of damage. He's being held in place at the moment. Needs to blink, and it's actually the Mirana ultimate. Turns him invisible. They follow the path of the dagger out west, but he's already away, blinking away. And now Night Stalker's on the bottom lane. Pops off the ulti, turns day to night. Wish Doctor casts the Maledict as well. That guarantees you PGG's death. Wish Doctor, in fact, is the one to claim it. And a very, very fast TP out there by the remainder of Moscow 5, realizing this is not the place we want to fight.
There was also a very good play again from EHOME, because they took advantage of the fact that they used all their spells on the Anti-Mage trying to kill him. And very also uncommon that we see Mirana skipping ultimate that early, but this time it just paid off so much. Normally you would not need her ultimate that early in the game, but now we've seen it being used passively. Brilliant save there by Axe, and also good. Finally, some good strategic understanding of the game flow, knowing that all the spells are on cooldown, so they could fearlessly dive on the bottom lane, and they picked up an important kill on Beastmaster.
Massively important to shut him down. You don't want items up on a Beastmaster at any point of your time. And looks like they're going to see if they can claim the first tower of the game as well. We see the tier 1 tower being harassed here in the middle lane. It's still actually daytime, so it's fair enough. You just enter into pushing mode, leave the ganking mode for the moment, damage down the tower, and Night Stalker can actually run back during the night time and finish it off pretty easily. The Venomancer Ward as well as the bouncing cast, making life a little bit more difficult there for NS as well as PGG. They can't actually get in close enough to help trying to demolish this wave, and that gives time as well for Night Stalker to help towards the top lane. There's still a while before we head back into the nighttime, but it looks like even Spectre is actually a little bit concerned. Night Stalker actually finishing up his Vanguard now too. He's going to love that for the next phase of the daytime-nighttime shift. But G being massively defensive though, like farming inside his neutrals, not wanting to go anywhere near the lane.
It's the right thing to do. When a Night Hunter's on the prowl, you do not want to be like being anywhere near that, and they do not have wards, as I already seen, and they do not have wards in that area, so it's probably safer to be in the woods farming than it would be on the lane, because Mirana is now it's easily doable for Mirana to shut her down when she's on lane.
Yeah. Top tier 2 tower now should actually go down. Creep waves, it's actually still close by, but there should be enough damage out from this lineup of heroes to actually kill off the tower. Fortification though will actually slow them down a little bit, force them possibly to actually miss the last hitting, but our tower now comes off cooldown. They wanted along Night Stalker, and they got it. Night Stalker with the last hit. In the meantime, the tier 2 tower's being pushed in the middle lane. 5 heroes currently grouped up for Moscow 5, and they will get the the trade of the tower. So the tier 1 tower in the mid for the tier 1 tower on the top.
Yeah, good play there. But PGT took a lot of damage there from the tower. So it was 5 people grouping out there, which is the right thing. It's actually no, for 4 people because Spectre was not there. She's still farming in the woods. On the other hand, Anti-Mage is being left to free farm, and it is just a matter of time when he will join in the battle.
He's already got himself a Battle Fury. He almost had that beforehand. But Battle Fury, he went Poor Man's Shield. I always love watching anti-mages go Poor Man's Shield because you know they're not going to get the Vanguard. I always feel like it's a massive waste when an anti-mage gets a Vanguard, but he still wants that defensive capability early on in the piece. So gets that and farms even faster with that Quelling Blade.
He bought that Quelling Blade as a starting wheel, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So Quelling Blade from the get-go, and it's just incredibly powerful in terms of farming. Especially if you do not plan to get on that higher blink, because now he only has a level 2 blink, so he cannot blink around freely because of the cooldown on the skill. And we might see a little bit of a gank on top lane.
It's possible. The ultimate for Night Stalker is up, so if they want to dive this, they can. But I think they want to wait until we actually hit the night time.
Definitely Spectre. Their target is definitely Spectre if they want to go this.
Well, I know Spectre's had farm. Spectre's actually almost to the point of a Sacred Relic. NS is the easy one to actually kill at this point, but NS actually doing the best thing he can do, and that's dropping a ward to watch the movement of EHOME coming in. Mid tower is actually destroyed off there by anti-mage.
G is really doing surprisingly well. He got a few kills, I believe, so he's not too far off his Sacred Relic.
Yeah, 2 for 1 and CS of 94. It's not as high as anti-mage at 130, but anti-mage has also been free farming, so that's fair enough. But at 2,400 gold, yeah, you got to get props to it. Actually, just check out difference in gold too. It's about 6-7k. 6-7k in favor of the Dire. And in the meantime, also top lane, this could be a little bit of trouble right now. Night Stalker's actually caught out. Lina uses Laguna Blade to actually get the last hit. That's not what they wanted just before nighttime's about to strike, and Vigos comes out of Invis, shackles up the Witch Doctor, power shots, and then jumps into almost in Windrun. The arrow's going to fly, the arrow actually hits, the bounce double hold, Vigos in place. Fantastic arrow there by X, not to mention Wish Doctor there for support, and Wish Doctor will TP back out again. A Night Stalker for a Windrunner becomes the trade.
That was brilliant play there. That was, in fact, the bouncing of the cask of the neutrals. I do not know if you planned on that. I really don't know if you planned it. I mean, it was just probably, you know, like in reflex he did it. So casting something before you die. But an absolutely brilliant play there by Axe, as well as Witch Doctor. And Anti-Mage already having an ultimate orb as well. So EHOME, for the first time, I believe, are looking really strong in this game.
And I'm also, like, if this is the case as well, guys, it means the end of tonight will not end with this match. Depending, actually no, this actually is still what it comes down to with this match. If EHOME win, Moscow 5 and EHOME get locked, the only way it will actually get even more complicated is if SGC win and Monkey Business lose. If that happens, then we have ourselves a 3-way tie, and that needs to be resolved tonight. So we could be here all night casting, which is also a bright side for everybody else out there. But it also means we'll have a matchup of this game if EHOME wins this.
Correct. So Anti-Mage is really not far off his Manta style either. He's got 1.6k in the bank. So he needs 2.2 for his Yasha. And,
top lane, initiate, Spectra tries to run away, she does not want to die right now. Dread needs to get in here, there needs to be a stun, wants to try and land it, Venomancer pops up the ultimate, Spectra is still trying to get out, it's not going to be enough support, NS is here, the dagger flies out, G is slowly moving back to the Venomancer's ulti, it's going to get the last bit, it does. 2 down for the Radiant. Wish to delay off the ulti in the back end of play 2. So PLT, Night Stalker and Venomancer for the Spectra as well as CM. Spectra, the one hero you did not want to die because that Radiant was getting closer and closer for Moscow 5. But EHOME managed to lock it down. And I also want to point out too in the meantime, Yasha now completed on Anti-Mage. And he's only about 200 gold away from completing up a Manta style, a Battle Fury, and Treads at 21 minutes.
That is crazy amount of farm, but obviously he's been free farming. Moscow 5 were pretty confident to take this game, even with Anti-Mage free farming, apparently. So that's what you get for it. That's a really, really fat anti-mage you got right here. On the other hand, EHOME doing the right thing. They're basically trading their lives for the ones of Spectre, so delaying Spectre. It's basically if anti-mage is able to outfarm the Spectre by a large margin, he can outcarry Spectre. Normally, with the same amount of items, Spectre is stronger. That's a fact. Because he just does far more in a team fight. But on the other hand, anti-mage is able to give have 2k gold advantage on the Spectre all the time, which he does at the moment, even more. It's it's looking very good for EHOME. Because you still cannot count out the damage that QQQ does with his Night Stalker.
Yeah, there's a big reason why anti-mage is taken out of so many games, and it's because of this. Like, if one hero gets a mass amount of farm where the power level doesn't really cap, like anti-mage just gets stronger and stronger as he keeps on going. And it's the same with Spectre, however, too, that it always depends on the farm, it always depends on having that support. And G was pretty well harassed early on from the piece from Mirana. They had Lina up there as support. I'm still not quite sure about the Lina pick. And Nice Dog is now going to head up towards the top lane to take out this tier 2 tower.
I'm just not. I think the Lina pick was fine, but they should have tri-laned the Spectre instead. They should have simply used CM as well as Lina to just keep tabs on the Mirana.
It's like Spectre's going to claim the second tower for the Dire. Fortification's going to slow him down though, because Anti-Mage has left that bottom lane because he's up on the top lane with Nice Dogger and Mirana as well as Venomancer. PGG as a DD room, but that's not going to be that intimidating, and the Shackle Shot actually hits. Spectre haunts himself around. Beastmaster lets off the roar on the Night Stalker, and they will actually kill up the Beastmaster before this fight actually starts. Windrunner trying to move around, and look at the Anti-Mage just jump in! Oh, the Crystal Maiden loses life so fast, but so does Anti-Mage! Dread! That's a big ultimate. Anti-Mage is gone. X trying to fall back right now. PGG can't catch up. He has no mana as well. They force the Mirana ultimate. The fade time is there. Witch Doctor using the Mirana ultimate to actually try and chain off his own ultimate there on G. It wasn't enough in the end to get the kill, and G's going to be happy. It's a killing spree for the Beastmaster, but he's got to run back from the Venomancer. He cannot fight that, and he does not want to force the Spectre to turn around. The Venomancer Gale, PCT really thinks he can get this, puts a ward up on the high ground, so he actually has vision. He won't want to dive this tower, though, and PGG should be able to live through this, but that was one hell of a fight to shut down the Anti-Mage and Night Stalker that fast.
Yeah, that was basically Night Stalker was having to tank on the tower all the whole time, so he went down pretty fast, and Anti-Mage just got chain stunned. That's basically how they did it. EHOME was probably thinking that Anti-Mage, with his amount of farm, he should join in the fight and try to end it before G Spectre gets fat. But it did not work out because they were pushing it a little bit too far. They could have also just played it safe down and let Anti-Mage farm one more important item, be it BKB, be it Butterfly, and then push in the fight. But this time they were like really, really eager to force their advantage already. Basically, even if Spectre gets incredibly fat, I do not necessarily see EHOME losing this out because they have so many damage sources. For example, all of the heroes of our Radiant side, they're able to dish out quite a lot of damage during late game. Venomancer Alto, you just saw how much damage it did, and he's an agility hero as well. We sometimes even see carry Venom being played. So Venomancer deals damage, Night Stalker deals damage, Anti-Mage, no need to mention it, and Witch Doctor amplifies damage with his ultimate, which deals chaos damage. So it's basically, it deals the same amount of damage.
Oh, Anti-Mage, one slice, two slices, needs a third one, gets it as well. He did, however, blink in for this, so he knows he's going to fight PGG, but the illusions come across from the Manta style and just suck the mana out. Anti-Mage has actually blinked in once again. He just wants to get the kill here on Dread, blinks himself up high, but he is still slowed down. The wave out from Dread, it's not going to be enough to kill him. There's the boar that Anti-Mage is actually more worried about. That was a slow, but he does manage to snipe off the Crystal Maiden and then escape back out again. Just trying to steal the neutrals out.
That was incredible. Basically, you could see how aggressive he went there. He was 1 on 4, and he still went in. Managed to pick up 1 kill, but they used his ultimate too early on the Lina. If he had 1 more slice on the Lina before he popped his ultimate, Lina would have been dead instantly. But he did. Obviously, in the heat of the fight, you cannot watch out for everything that's happening. What I was just going to say is all 5 heroes of our Radiant side deal a tremendous amount of damage during late game, while for the Dire side it's looking pretty bleak, because Lina is losing effectiveness the later the game goes. as well as CM. Basically, these two are sort of, they are not going to deal a lot of DPS.
It's the only way you see Spectra come into it. It's also the problem with Spectra. Like, you get that Radiance up, and then she goes tanky. Like, yeah, you need that extra DPS, and it's got to come out from Spectra.
Yeah, it's forced. It's only if Spectre dies, the Die have nowhere near enough damage to bring down the other heroes.
Yeah, we do still actually have them the ability to actually hold them in place. So they want to burst somebody down, just like they're about to do on X. The Roar is already gone, and Chain Stun was more than enough to actually kill. In fact, even using the Necro book at level 3 to help get that kill. Mirana gets picked off.
They have to push the... Basically, this is exactly what they need to do, what Moscow 5 need to do. They have such a huge ganking lineup. Their advantage over EHOME is basically the amount of disables. They can keep one target disabled all the time. But the later the game goes, the more difficult it's going to become.
EHOME have to run fast. EHOME have to run really, really fast. Mirana even buying back into the game right now. But it's too late. Roshan's already gone. And the Aegis, the Immortal, is with the Spectra. They are currently smoked up. The dagger will fly, and Wishdog's actually going to get spotted out. Nightstalker goes in. Silences instantly there on PGG, transforms it into the nighttime, and we see the dust even popping up. There is no running from this. Vigos caught in place. Andy Mage actually gets that kill. He jumps in towards the fight. PCT's in trouble, and the Wish Doctor ultimate is dealing a fair amount of damage before he's going to run himself back out again. It's 2 down for the Dire, only 1 down for the Radiant, and it's only Venomancer. I say only. There goes Witch Doctor. He gets power shotted down. Vigos being ripped through by Anti Mage, and it's mainly just the illusions as well as Nightstalker. G gets caught out. Aegis Immortal will now pop off 2 seconds, 1 second. He is back alive and will want to be daggering himself up that cliff and away from the Nightstalker. And he can do so. He actually comes down the other side. Anti-Mage blinks him. Arrow will fly. Hits on Dread. G wants to try and fight this. TP support's now coming back in again. Nightstalker still wants to stick in this fight. The TP being delayed massively because of the fact there's 3 other heroes around that tower. And in the end, it looks like EHOME will fall back from that fight.
Yeah, they managed to get the Aegis off on Spectre, as well as forcing the buyback from Vigos Windrunner. Vigos basically died instantly to the Anti-Mage ultimate because he had no mana, so he had to buy back to join in the fight. Even then, it was kind of difficult for M5 to fight. It was a 7-on-5 fight in a sense. Obviously, they took quite some damage before from Roshan, but still, you saw how much power the lineup of EHOME had, and the Anti-Mage just getting close to his heart.
It still cost EHOME a lot because Mirana had to buy back during that fight as well. Like, she actually had the defusal play by the looks of it before that fight she started off, but it cost you on that. They lost their Venomancer, and they got the Aegis off Spectra, and that makes that fight definitely well worth it. But Spectra still lived in the end. They didn't shut it down enough, and yeah, I'm just thinking at that point, as far as trade-off goes, it's still pretty balanced between the two teams, even though the balance of the whole game at this point does go towards EHOME.
Yeah. It did not went too bad, as you said, for M5, but still, Windrunner just really fell off her any high-end items, because she died so many times already. And on the other hand, it's not looking too bad for Spectre. She might actually be able to, I'm not sure what she wants to go for. She might go for a heart, she might go for Diffusal Blade herself to burn off the mana of Anti-Mage so he cannot blink anymore. Or she might also go for Mantis Style.
By the way, Anti-Mage basically has his heart. I say basically.
He's got his heart, yeah. He just needs to buy it up.
Yeah, the Reaver's there, and there's the heart recipe. It's flying out now. So yeah, the heart is now completed on Anti-Mage, which will take his HP up to, what will actually be, about 3,200? 3,200 with that heart?
In terms of HP, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Oops, I think...
Probably less. Actually, it's 2.8k, I think. Right.
Courier's on a random flight. They transfer the heart, man. There's a transfer button on this courier. And he has not hit it yet. I don't know if he's actually meant to do that. Now running in towards the mid. He's already purchased up the heart. Now the courier's flying. But they've got to be really careful. The paw is coming down. And we'll spot the courier flying up. They do not want to risk losing that heart. But now it's actually up an Anti-Mage. I was really just thinking there'll be a massive balls up if the courier actually dies and the boar starts destroying the items.
It's miscommunication, yeah. it's even less. It's only 2.3k on the Anti-Mage. It's only 2.3k.
Yeah, 2.3. Yeah.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot by any means, but it's basically sometimes we see Anti-Mage going for Vlad's, the lifesteal. But in this case, it's probably wiser to go for Heart. because he could be permanently disabled all the time. So he needs that HP to count on and then fight another day.
Suicidal Necro Book minions running straight towards EHOME. And he ends up just becoming a little bit more of a feed. Windrun's actually got some decent farm on her. She's actually on the way towards the Sheep Stick. Hasn't completed up just yet. Forced up as well as Ultimate Orb so far.
She does not have a mecha, and she only has normal boots. So that kind of makes it difficult for her. I mean, 1.38k HP, it's not much.
Actually, there's no mech for all, at all for Moscow 5. There's no big burst regen to actually help them live through this. They got a Medallion of Courage. That's Necro Book, and they're looking for Disable at this point.
So the whole hopes are all relying on G Spectre at the moment, trying to outcarry the opposing anti-mage.
It's possible. Spectre's up to 3k gold now. We'll actually watch EHOME going on a little bit more of a hunt. We do see anti-mage up there on that top lane, having a little bit of fun with the push. They're going to see if they can catch out Moscow 5, but Moscow 5, they are already falling back. PGG is currently running. Anti-mage will not actually be happy with that. Tries to blink in and suck away the life and mana away from Beastmaster. He lets off a couple of bottle charges. In fact, empties his bottle and brings his life back up again. In the meantime, Windrun's actually been pushing out that bottom lane and forces the anti-mage to TP back.
While Spectre's farming the opposing woods as well. So a good play there by M5, forcing the TP from the anti-mage, because otherwise they would have lost the tower for nothing. Because pushing into the base is still very difficult. That's the whole power of Spectre. She can join in the fight anywhere she wants to.
It looks like Spectral, we actually know what item she's going to go for. I was wondering if she'd actually go Diffusal or something like that. But at this point, it's actually not going to be. But the initiation, the Roar goes out on PCT. Dust as well by NS. They got perfect vision, and they instantly kill off the Venomancer. But Night Stalker comes in, and Dread really getting caught out there by the illusions there of Anti-Mage, actually blocking the Lina in. So it ends up being a Venomancer for Lina Trade. It actually looks like it's going to be a little bit more. It's a good shackle shot. Jig is actually in this fight. He's trying to bring down the Night Stalker at this point. Anti-Mage gets himself a double kill and is sucking the life out of the Witch Doctor, out of the Spectre, I apologize. And the stun coming out from Witch Doctor to try and slow him down. Did actually have one bounce, and now Anti-Mage trying to get in front. Arrow will fly, misses, hits the creep wave. G still walking back. He's got a lot of life right now, and Anti-Mage will be very, very suicidal to actually die of this, but he still wants to. He still wants to go through. He's going to come in range of the tier 3 tower, and they might actually fight this. Bounce stun will go. They're going to fight right on top of the tier 3 tower. Suicide on my ass. G goes down. Night Stalker gets the kill. And now I think they'll be thinking tier 2 tower, possibly mid.
Yeah, that was very, 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 very long dive there. Basically, brilliant play by AnyoZ. He was, did you see his movement? He was blinking in front of the Spectre, and instead of hitting her, he was blocking her path.
If that to dive any further, you wouldn't have got that kill.
Yeah, pretty correct. But they knew that Windrunner was not there. Beastmaster's ultimate was still on cooldown, well, not off cooldown. That's what I wanted to say. And this would probably mean tier 3 tower here for EHOME.
Oh, the Roar wasted! I just want to point out that absolute brilliance. With a Roar down, the arrow will hit. Bigos will get munched up by the Night Stalker. PGG will follow. And it was all because of one thing that we just saw out from the Anti-Mage. He popped the Manta, but he kept himself with an illusion of taking the tower and put an illusion on the backside. Instantly, Moscow 5 thought, that's the real one, sitting at the back trying to farm up the neutrals. It wasn't in the end, and now they're going to dive on through. They wasted a Roar on that illusion, and now PGG will go down. The Spectre is back, the Spectre will haunt, and this might force EHOME out, but not before they take out the Melee Barracks. G is still in the middle of this fight. He is not wanting to leave. The dagger is up. Even if he only kills the Witch Doctor, be happy. He, in fact, gets 2 of them. He's got Mirana as well as the Witch Doctor. Night Stalker is still here. He's really got to be careful how much damage he does to G, because the reflection damage is actually killing off the Venomancer. G gets himself a triple kill, so makes up for the Melee Barracks at least, but Anti-Mage will not want to finish there. Mana Star will pop. He will attack. Night Stalker's coming back up again. G's going in towards the tower. TP support's going to come in to help out. Great blink up there by the Anti-Mage, blocking G in place. And as needs to get a Frost right now before he actually dies towards the Night Stalker. Gets it as well. Windrun's going to come in. Going to look for a shackle shot right now here on the Night Stalker. Does not land it. There's nothing for it to actually go to. And Anti-Mage jumps in and pop the ulti, but it's a great stun there by Dread. The tower damage. They throw the Laguna Blade out. They kill off the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage buys back again. A lot of sacrifices here from EHOME, but they did get the mid barracks.
I did not understand that dive at all. Really. It was so safe. It was so safe. Maybe EHOME did not know the range of the fountain here in Dota 2, because it's a hell lot further than it is in Dota 1.
Mm-hmm.
But wasted buyback, basically. It was a completely waste. I mean, he still got, what, 5k gold out? Okay. So if you have too much gold, then yeah, you can do it. And just farms out, he's going to have his butterfly in just a second.
Yeah, he's only 500 gold short of that as well.
But that was a long, long dive. This is really unlike the old EHOME we've been saying. Old EHOME was all about playing it safe. And this new EHOME is just also one of the reasons why they probably have been falling to SGC as well as Monkey. Over-aggression and just...
Oh, Moscow 5. They could make something happen beautiful right now. Arrow will fly out. It hits NS. But NS is currently smoked up, so it doesn't actually have the effect. Raw goes down on PCT. Axes as well. There's not enough for a shackle, but Anti-Mage slices Dread. The shackle shot actually holds for the moment. Anti-Mage in place, but it's actually only the illusions. And NS will take a fall as well. Venomancer was of course the first casualty of war. Power shot here from Vigos. Coming from the side, PGG throws out the axes. Anti-Mage says, screw that man, ulti on you. Beastmaster goes down. Spectre gets the kill here on Night Stalker, but he's still got to run away. Anti-Mage now with a triple kill. He wants to make it a quad. The arrow flies high. Slice and dice. There is no mana left. And there goes the Diffusal Blade, slowing down God. And it will be an ultra. No way, Mirana will steal it. 4 down for Moscow 5. And EHOME, they're looking better. They're looking better. And that Anti-Mage is looking freaking fat. 7.5k gold on him. And he just blinked into trees.
Yeah, pro move. He was trying to go for the Ancients and blink into the trees out of excitement.
Oh man, is he seriously going to do this without any form of lifesteal whatsoever?
Yeah, probably because he's going to buy up a rapier, I believe. Or is he? No, he's actually going for butterfly.
Did he actually buy the butterfly? What's flying out right now? Yeah, butterfly. And butterfly. BKB. Butterfly and BKB. I think he just bought both at the same time.
Yeah, well, he's got the gold to do so why not just do it?
And it still actually has 5k gold, so it can't be the entire thing. I think he's waiting for the courier.
No, the BKB is not for him then. That BKB is for somebody else. It should be for...
Oh God,
the only thing is for Night Stalker or Mirana, one of the two.
Well, Night Stalker's got Vanguard as well as Plate Mail as well as Pipe of Insight, so it looks like he's actually going for Assault Cuirass. I actually have a funny feeling that it's actually all for him. Butterfly is actually now done. It's flying down.
But that BKB might be for Mirana then.
No, BKB's Mirana. There it is. Yeah, BKB's on Mirana. Now we're going to go for Roshan. Moscow 5 nodes is actually happening. They're coming on down right now. The Hawk is actually giving him... The Hawk is giving him perfect vision for this. Spectre's going to haunt in, and the Roshan is actually killed by the Radiant. The Aegis Immortal is actually picked up by the Spectre, however, but the Wish Doctor tosses the ultimate down from the high ground. The Spectre will come back again. So Moscow 5, they swipe the Aegis. Courier flying in. Get that little guy out of there. It's not meant to be in the war. Venomancer actually getting the kill there on the Crystal Maiden. Just from his wards getting that kill. So CM, don't know why she would have actually died just then. But Anti-Mage coming back in towards that fight. Still a decent swipe there by Spectra.
Still nicely done that she got the Aegis, really. That was nicely done. And depriving them of the one Aegis. But on the other hand, that Anti-Mage is just so incredibly fat at the moment. And yeah, you just saw that basically CM and Lina, Anti-Mage just eats them for breakfast.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage loves that kind of stuff. It's the problem when you actually have squishy heroes, and like CM's walking around as a level 10 Crystal Maiden. How does that make life easy? Level 12
Not
Lina,
easy at all.
and you have a level 25 Anti-Mage with 15 for 2, and the CS of 411. And we're 40 minutes in. It's over 100 creep kills every 10 minutes.
That's crazy. 10 creeps per minute is insane, to say the least. And he's also actually I need to note as well. He's joined the fight. It's not. He's 15 for 2. It's not like he's just been farming all game.
Yeah.
A nice backdoor that by BGB's Beastmaster.
That was kind of cheap, man. Just cast off the necro book units and just come in and get the last hit in the tower. It was nice, man.
Basically, what Anti-Mage is currently doing in the fight, he's not even trying to hit the Spectre. He's just trying to kill everybody else and then kill the Spectre at last. Because he's mostly focusing on the Lina there. It's mostly Lina.
I think he's going Lincolns. The last item, Lincolns. Ultimate Orb is up.
No, he's going Sheep. He's going to go Sheep.
He's actually going to go Sheep Stick? Well, I suppose that'll actually give him more time of the world to actually attack. But Sheep Stick? Really? Come on.
Yeah,
it's like pure damage. Right-click, man. Right-click.
I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Sheep Stick. Because we've seen Melk, when he plays Anti-Mage, or sometimes even rushing a Sheep Stick.
Oh, Beastmaster! Oh! Oh! What life! What the hell life was just sucked out by the Anti-Mage. There goes the tier 3 tower. Beastmaster just got ripped royal, and Anti-Mage blinks up to try and get the kill here on NS, who just gets force-stuffed a little bit further away. Fortification now starts off, so Anti-Mage might be looking for a kill. Fortification won't last forever, so Anti-Mage will now get a 4k gold on him. There goes the melee. Now for the range, it goes down a lot faster with the less 10 armor on it, and they might just rotate up towards the top after doing that.
That was a crazy amount of damage on that Beastmaster.
Exactly. Who even needs a Sheep Stick? He gets it too. The side of the fight is actually now completed. You don't need that, man. You seriously don't need that at this point.
It's for solo killing, basically. So when he sees somebody, he does not need to rely on the disables of his teammates to do so. That's the point.
Arrow's going to fly. Misses on NS. Shackle shots hit. Spectre's going to horn over. Killing off PCT first, but not before PCT gets his ultimate off. Laguna Blade actually out from Dread to try and slow that one down. Anti-Mage went straight on Dread. The stun as well here from Mirana. Mirana gets one kill as well. And Witch Doctor just plants the ultimate in the middle of actually Ghost Sceptering himself as well as the Mirana ultimate. I love that combo, man. Who needs a Shadow Blade when you got a Mirana ultimate? The GG call out from Moscow 5. So the way this actually ends right now is that EHOME are on exactly the same point as Moscow 5, but only one can advance. We will find out for you as fast as we possibly can to see if the match will be played tonight or played tomorrow. But still impressive play there by EHOME.
Finally getting their shit together. That took a long, long time. That was finally an impressive performance. I would not even say that that performance against Virus was anywhere near as impressive as now.
Amazing play.
This is basically, you can live with that. I mean, Moscow 5, they're a very strong team, and beating them that convincingly is, well, not easy, to say the least.
That's really hard to do. I want to know if they can do it a second time. I really want to know if they can do it a second time, because that's what's going to happen.
I sincerely believe that Moscow 5 failed a little bit in terms of laning and drafting in that sense. Because they were going into the game knowing that the opposing team has an Anti-Mage and letting him free farm. Because Anti-Mage's damage point just comes faster than Spectre does. Spectre needs more farm to be effective than Anti-Mage does. Anti-Mage can actually already be effective with just Vanguard Manta style, and he already wreaks havoc upon support heroes.
Yeah.
This Anti-Mage had, more than 10 creep kills per minute.
Gold per minute is 801. That's gold per minute. 801 gold per minute. That's completely nuts. Anyway, guys, we'll be back here in a moment. I will let you know if there's going to be another match tonight. I'll find out from the organizers right now. Stick around. Do not go.